to episode 4 of Baron Lane to Diamond. Today, we have an exciting gameplay for you on the patch 3.2. Will be the first game on the new patch for me. Actually, the first rank match, I would say. I played a few PvPs, trying out some stuff, and some practice tool games, and some custom lobbies with friends. And before we get into the today's gameplay and just the champion we'll be discussing today, as you can see the name on the top middle screen, it says Jax. I want to talk about the new rules that have been added to the game. And let's start off with the Kraken Slayer. Now, this rune, it gives you true damage. To summarize in short, it gives you true damage. It's like you get stacks upon reaching a certain amount of attacks. It says you gain stacks when hitting a champion with the attacks. When reaching 3 stacks, deal bonus 2 damage on that attack. So basically, this champion is honestly a perfect duelist rune, I would say. Any like champions like Jax and I guess you can say Vayne as well, but I think there's another rune that is better for Vayne, which is one of the newer ones. Again, for ADCs, a lot of the ADCs I think they can benefit from that other from lethal tempo, but I think Kraken Slayer is more of a duelist rule, and champions like you could say Master Yi. Master Yi generally has a lot of shredding power, but press the attack will help him a lot as well. But again, he can also utilize the lethal tempo to his favor. So press the attack, I think, is a perfect Jax item. I would say it really helps Jax get that early game rolling, and I guess another champion you can use this upon is maybe Jace and maybe other bruisers. So I think this is like a Kraken Slayer is more of a bruiser rune. Bruiser champs will be able to utilize this rune way more effectively than ADCs perhaps. Uh, on the other side, we have Lethal Tempo, which in short gives you attack speed. It says you gain stacks of attack speed when attacking the enemy champions. Stack up to 6 times when fully stacked, gain additional attack speed. Each stack increases 6% to 12% melee or 3 to 9% range attack speed for 6 seconds. Full stack bonus gain 30% attack speed. So basically, this rune is just for champions that heavily rely on on-hit abilities. Again, even Jax and Master Yi can utilize this rune very effectively. Vayne would be another champion who can utilize this rune. Ashe, Varus, these champions can really benefit from this rune as they heavily rely on their auto attacks, and even Tristana, I would say to an extent. But I think you can use Kraken Slayer way more effectively on Tristana. Yeah, I think those 3 champs are like the best ones to utilize this rune. Uh, On to our secondary runes. Here the we have Giant Slayer, which is take down high health champions. Yeah. So you deal bonus damage based on the enemy champion's bonus health, up to 10% bonus damage when the enemy champion has 1,000 bonus health. So if you're really against a heavy tanky composition where you see there like too many tanks on the enemy team, this is the perfect rune you should take because again, like it says, this rune is designed to take high health champions down. So mainly I would say the bruiser baron laners will benefit from this very well. And alongside that, the other rune that has been released is Scorch, which is a poke rune. Damaging enemy champions with the ability burns them, deals 21 to 35 bonus damage based on the level. After 1 second, it's 10-second cooldown. So again, this is a mage rune. I would say the mid lane mages can benefit from this as well, very well, or supports that like to spam abilities, something like a Seraphine, Karma, uh, Ari can use this as well. Like basically mages will benefit from this rune very much well. Like any champion that relies heavily on round poking. But I'm just gonna set it back to Giant Slayer because I have to make a video on Jax as well. Uh so yeah, the other runes in the resolve rune section we have nullifying orb, which brings us a shield when you're low health. If you would take a damage from a champion that causes you to fall below 35% of your maximum health, you gain a shield for 4 seconds. The shield is 80 plus 50 bonus attack damage plus 30% magic damage. The cooldown is 60 seconds on this shield. So again, this is if you feel like you're in a matchup where you can get poked out very effectively early game, or you think you're gonna be dueling this enemy champion very much, and you both will fall down into low health, then Nullifying Orb is a good rune. Like if it's more of like a extended duelist rune, like in the early game, this really can be a difference maker for you. And so now into the last set of runes. I don't know what they're called. I think inspiration. Yeah, I think they're inspiration runes. So we have demolish, which is basically a split pushing tool for like split pushers. This is the perfect item for Tryndamere, Jax, any champion that relies on split pushing that has effective damage against turrets. Again, this when you're in the when within 5.5 range of the enemy turret, gain a charge of every 0.5 seconds up to 6 times when fully charged. Your next basic attack against the turret deals an additional 200 plus 25 max health damage, physical damage. The cooldown on this is around 35 seconds, and basically, this rune it just is designed for you for Tryndamere. I would say the Tryndamere Jax split pushers. This rune is perfect for them, and you're gonna see it in today's gameplay how broken this rune is. I expect this rune to get nerfed soon. Like there should be a quick fix on this because you're gonna see in today's game. I did something insane with this. Okay, the other rune that got added was Nimbus Cloak, which provides you movement speed. After casting a summer spell, gain 5 to 25% movement bonus for 2 seconds. The speed of effectiveness depends on the summer spell's cooldown. Mm, so basically, this is a again. I think Aurelian Soul might be able to use this. Aurelian Soul or heavy roaming champions that use Ghost. Rammus can use this, Aurelian Soul. If you're running Ghost from Tryndamere, you can use this as well. Uh, yeah, it's not like the rune that you really needed. Uh, unless you can like, if you can even use this to, I guess, gap close. If you're like playing perhaps a Darius or something, you get a movement speed buff. You can like use Ignite on the enemy champion, then you get a movement speed buff. You know, again, it's a very situational rune, but I think Demolish is way better of the two runes. So yeah, these are the new rules that got added to the game. Uh, so with that being said, let's get into today's episode. So yeah, today we're gonna be playing Jax. Now this is the set of runes I decided to take for the game today. I decided to take Kraken Slayer, Giant Slayer, Nullifying Orb, Demolish. Now you can see I took all the new rules that got added to the game because I feel like they all complement Jax's kit very well. And with the item build, I decided to take Blade of the Ruined King, again a standard item on Jax. Like I don't see any better item to start off with. You can say this is like the similar build to my Irelia build. I think I ran the same build on Irelia. Let me check. Yeah, it's the same build I ran on Irelia. It's just the orders change back and forth. So yeah, this is the perfect set of items right now for the Bruiser Duelist in Baron Lane. Like I think I run the same build on 3 different champions. Yeah, you can see I have this on Fiora, I have this on Irelia, I have this on Jax. All three of these champions rely on these items and are very effective with them. So I'm not gonna ramble any further and let's get into the gameplay. And on to the gameplay we go. Uh, so today, let's talk about the compositions first. We have on our team, we have Jax top, Graves jungle, Vigar mid, a Jinx ADC with a Malphite support. Meanwhile, on the enemy team, we have wait, what is up with that? Okay, oh, we're at side, yeah. So on the enemy team, we have Shen top, a Rengar jungle, a Twisted Fate mid, a Karma, and Ezreal bot lane. So team composition wise, I feel like the enemy team has a very strong team comp. Like Shen, Karma in the same team, it's just broken. It's just broken. Like you're gonna see how what I'm talking about, why I'm saying their team composition is way better into this late when we move in late into the game. So level up with my stun first because I expect the Shen to poke me a lot in the early game, but he did not. And you can see Jax usually struggles in early game with his auto attacks. They're not the best. They don't deal the best damage in the early game, but right now the Kraken Slayer is just like chunking him down so much. And yeah, I'm just winning out on the duels right now. As for my performance, if I have to summarize for this game, I feel like I did well. Was the win condition for my team, and I did receive the MVP at the end of this game. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna explain if it's a win or loss, but I'm just gonna say I'm the MVP. And I grabbed first blood because Shen decided to go for an over aggressive play, which costed him heavily. And yeah. Also, yeah, the control wards are out right now. Like, look, I bought a control ward to start the game off because I know we're against a Rengar and Rengar goes aggressive, invisible. I drop my second control ward and I take down this another control ward by the TF, and holy moly, I jump onto them and then I move back up and Graves gets the kill on the follow up and Shen is chasing me down. I'm trying my best to escape. I think I can use the plan to the Scryer's Bloom, but unfortunately that's not the case. Shen takes me down. Overall, a very greedy play from my end because I think I should have just backed off the moment I got the kill on Shen, but I did not. And randomly there's a control ward in our base. Okay. Uh, yeah, so I don't know why I decided to stay around for the scuttle because I was so low. I should have probably just shoved out the wave and just backed away. But clearly that was not the case, and I see a huge wave coming down, and I'm just look at me. I'm just casually dueling with the Shen like it's nothing. Yes, Shen wins the trade because he has the tank. I know Rengar decides to ult, but luckily Graves was there to help me out, tank it for me. Otherwise, I was dead there. And Shen uses his ult. I still don't have my ultimate. I am farming this wave, and I got my ultimate. Now I'm just looking for the right opportunity to go in. I'm the wave is too big. That's why I'm not engaging on the Shen. Otherwise, I would because this is like complete kill territory for Jax. I just take the minions. I freeze the wave. I force the Shen to come forward aggressively and fight me. And yeah, Shen takes his honey fruit. I force the taunt out of him. His taunt is on a much longer cooldown than my jump. And I take the cannon minion. Basically, I'm setting up a slow push, and you're just gonna see why I'm saying demolish is the best rune, and it should be nerfed. It should receive a quick fix. I'm gonna force him to back eventually. I think it's not right now, but it's sometime in next into the game. Oh yeah, it's like basically before the dragon spawns. Oh, there's Rengar leaps onto my Veigar. Veigar uses flash safely, and oh my god, he executes him with his ultimate. Completely backfired for the Rengar. This play completely just flipped on its head, and Rengar came on the losing end of it. Shen hasn't recalled, and I'm just gonna capitalize on it, and I force him to stick around a bit further, and I just look at my damage. I just chunk him down. Now he cannot even stick around. He has to recall at this point because if he decides to, and right now I'm just gonna go down here and show you guys why Demolish is the best rune. The dragon hasn't spawned yet. The dragon's just okay. Dragon just spawned, and look, I already got first turret. Usually with the older runes, you give up dragon, then you pick up first turret. I already got the first turret, and I'm dueling the Shen right now. Look at this. I'm just fighting with Shen like it's nothing. Shen flashes away, and he really just survives with 1 HP. Ah, and I just get so greedy. I just take the kill, and I just get killed. I accept my death with it. Ah, it was so unfortunate. I could have seriously gotten the kill, and I don't know why. If I had flashed, maybe I don't know if I timed the summer spells much effectively.
Middle
So we
tower
do a
is
one for
under
one
attack.
trade. The enemy dragon, and I grab the first turret.
Top turret
So
is under
yeah,
attack.
overall right now, I'm just having a decent advantage in the game for myself. Let's switch to the normal overlay. Yeah, I sit at a score line of 2, 2, and 1. Yeah, that's a pretty good score line. Okay, I almost get caught out here, and I think yeah, actually I do. Actually, yeah, I do get caught out. I, oh no, never mind, I survived. I forced the Rengar to use his ultimate. Shen decides to use his ultimate as well. I get taunted here at this area, and I
You
try
have
my best to
been
escape, but
slain.
Rengar just shuts me down. At this point, I'm expecting the Veigar to
Mid
roam, and
turret
I
destroyed.
would expect him to path from here in the river, but he decides to go through the bushes and the jungle. I'm like, why are you doing this? We can like force them into the choke point, and then Graves can come from one end and
Enemy
and then we'll
slain.
grab the kill. But clearly that was not the case. Uh, as Jax, I mean, sorry, as Veigar is just looking for a pick and flashes over the wall, tries to get the kill, and the
Enemy
Shen just survives
slain.
for a little bit, eventually gets killed by the Ignite, and the Rengar leaps out of nowhere and backs away. Overall, very sloppy plays. Meanwhile, I ping my team to start Herald, and we just go ahead and get the Rift Herald here for free.
Your team
Luckily,
has
the enemy
slain
team
Baron
did not
Nashor.
commit to the Rift Herald when they had the chance. So we all look to set up a
Top
siege
turret
around
is
this
under attack.
mid lane turret, and eventually we will get the turret. But I have better plans on my end. I decide to just
Top
go
turret
and
is under
split this
attack.
turret. I decide
Turret
to split
lost.
push and look at my damage with the demolish. The demolish is such a
Enemy
boost up in my
turret
split push.
destroyed.
I just take this turret down so effectively, so quickly,
Enemy
and
turret
boom,
destroyed.
turret gone. And I know I'm gonna get caught out here. And look, I dodged the taunt, I dodged the leap, and I, to an extent, I do my best job, and I used the dodge to ignore the TF ult. I try to leap onto
Enemy
the honey fruit,
rampage.
but unfortunately, I just missed that by a margin. Meanwhile, our Jinx is shoving the wave up
Middle
top,
turret is under attack.
and Vigar
You have
executes the
slain.
Shen. Vigar is just having a field day with this enemy team. He's just taking every kill he can. Meanwhile, my Jinx is trying her best to 1v3 the situation. She picks up one kill on the Karma, and she tries her best to escape. She gets stunned by the
Minions
TF, and TF takes her
unstoppable.
down.
Shut down.
And meanwhile, Karma is just such a cancer pick, man. I cannot express this enough. Karma is just a very cancer pick. If I'm playing with my friends or something, I would usually tell them pick Karma and you'll easily win the game. Karma Shen are the two of the most broken champions at the moment. I decided to go for a push here in mid, but I just see Shen coming up, and I know this is not a free take for me. I knew there will be people showing up, and look how many people are coming mid. Three people mid. I used the Sky Bloom to clear out vision and set up a deep ward just to grab information. And now you're just gonna see me and Karma just going back and forth, back and forth. I jump in aggressively. I forgot the TF was mid, and I just
You have
get
been
killed.
slain.
But my team make a good use out of it because look at my Veigar. This Veigar and Jinx just clean up everyone. By the way, Jinx was using lethal tempo this game. Now, lethal tempo was, I think, somewhat. She tried to make a good use out of it, but I don't know. She did lack a lot of damage. I couldn't feel the Jinx damage. She was only getting like last hits. Jinx ult goes wide. I get respawned, and Shen gets a double torch, and he managed to get a kill on Jinx.
Dominating.
He follows up on the Malphite. Malphite is doing his best to survive, and unfortunately, he will also fall. And yeah,
Enemy double
meanwhile, the
kill.
Graves decides to
Ally
try to
slain.
assassinate the TF on the back, but that's not the case. TF will survive, and
Slain.
I just leap out of nowhere and grab the kill on the TF. I get an 850 bounty, and I go onto the Rengar. I jump onto him, and I just look at my damage. Now look how long I stay in a round, and I just grab a double kill. I
You have
flash,
slain
try
an
to escape
enemy.
the root of Karma, but clearly that did not work. And I go again, and I stun her up, and she picks up another root. And oh my god, I got so tilted after that. I just got so tilted and I grabbed the kill and survived 1 versus 3 basically. This was an extended fight and I managed to kill all three of them. I see a random Ezreal here. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is there an Ezreal here? By the way, I did not know that Ezreal was like AFK or like not playing till this game, till this moment. Before that, like I felt like Ezreal was there in the game somehow doing something, but I did not know he was AFK till this point. Malphite uses his ultimate to stop the Rengar to getting into bed,
The
and
dragon
our
has
team gets the
fallen.
dragon for free. And Shen ult survive makes the Rengar survive. I decide to recall because I have a lot of gold on my pockets, and I decide not to join my team for this fight. Meanwhile, Graves and Jinx are trying their best to get a kill, but look at the damage on the TF. The TF just shuts down my Jinx. Jinx is like very squishy, and TF once again flashes over the wall, and he survives with 1 HP. And Graves also survives. Graves uses Smite to escape, and TF will come here and
An ally
grabs the kill
slain.
out of nowhere, leaving my Veigar just completely in an awkward position. Meanwhile, I decide to go and use this opportunity to open up the base, but you will see that I spot out the enemy team here at this point, and I can see them that Ezreal clears out a non-existent wave of mine. Yeah. So I'm thinking instead of dealing with this TF, I should just go and see if I can start out this Ezreal, but unfortunately I cannot find them. So yeah, we're right now in the mid game. We're a bit lost. I'm in an awkward position where I cannot really do anything. I'm like stuck at a place where what should I be doing next? Rengar jumps onto my Malphite, and I decide to use this opportunity to collapse on him. And Malphite uses the ult, and Malphite grabs the kill on the Rengar, and the TF just shows up out of nowhere, stuns me up, and I just back away. Because I know I don't want to fight the TF. TF is very annoying. Then he slows me down. I
Turret
try to
destroyed.
greed up for that 73, and the Veigar case stops the TF,
Double
and
kill.
Veigar gets the kill on TF, and again we shut the TF down. We have a sizable lead at this point, and we should be in a good position to close this out. But that will
Ally
not be the case
slain.
when you're gonna see a bit of a throw from our team. And look at this.
Ally slain.
Oh, the blast cone.
Enemy
I tried
slain.
to help him with the blast
Shut
cone, but clearly
down.
that did not work out. And Karma Root just screws me over in the
Ally
turret, and
slain.
Rengar
Shut
grabs the
down.
kill. Again, Karma is so annoying. I cannot exaggerate it enough, guys. Look, if you're a support or mid laner, like you like to play mages, spam Karma. You're gonna win games. You're gonna win games if you spam Karma. Simply is that. The enemy team tries to collapse on my Graves, and if they do get the kill on this is a free Baron, and Graves is doing his best to survive, and Malphite, he is in this awkward space where he is trying to hold them
Your
down, but
turret
he
is
has
under
no carries
attack.
alongside him, and he cannot do anything about it. Let me just check one thing. Yeah, recording's still going on. Alright. I get respawned. So yeah, we have no neutral objectives to take at this point, and there's another
Ally
awkward fight being taken.
slain.
Vigar gets caught out. I decide to jump onto Shen for some questionable reason. I decide to jump on Shen, which was not my prioritized target. I do my best to survive right now, and I help my team get a kill on the
Enemy double
Rengar.
kill.
Wait, no one died.
Rampage.
Wait, no one died from the enemy from our team. No, sorry, from the enemy team. No one died from the enemy team, and
Bottom
three
turret is
for
under attack.
zero. The enemy team went 3 for 0 in this. So yeah, you can see a bit of a throw on our end. Jinx is once again trying to split push. I don't know why. She got punished once. She shouldn't be doing the same mistake
Ally
twice. And
slain.
boom! The gold card execute on her from the Twisted Fate. Graves is just perma farming at this point. Like he's not really doing split pushes or like just taking duels. He's just farming. Farmer Graves. That should be a skin for this guy. Uh, so yeah, two twice now I have been caught out in this awkward space. So yeah, the mid game is not the best area for Jax because the maps are way too wide open and like you don't have the right openings to get a proper push down because the enemy team is playing very defensively, and so you can't really like do much. I decided to just push the wave top because I saw the what do we say this the Karma and the Graves bot lane, so I thought I could set up a split push on top, but that was not the case because Twisted Fate was spotted out, and I knew that I could not split push. I tried to ping my
Mid-turret
team for Elder.
expired.
I see that they're trying to set up a siege down mid. I think I can get a kill on the Karma, but Karma flashes over the wall. I try to grab onto them, Shen, but unfortunately, I just the CC chain on me is
Enemy
just so
slain.
much. I do my best to survive, and we grab the kill, but the Twisted
Enemy
Fate just one
triple
shots me,
kill.
and Twisted Fate gets a double kill.
Killing spree.
And meanwhile, on the other side, my Graves is doing his best to take down the TF, but Karma survives somehow with 1 HP. And my okay, we lock on to the kill
Enemy
on
slain.
the Twisted Fate,
Shut
but we
down.
let the Karma survive, and the
Triple
Ezreal
kill.
is AFK. Yeah, at this point, I think Ezreal had gone AFK. Otherwise, before that, I think he was still in the game. Meanwhile, my team decides to go for the Elder. I'm spam pinging them. I'm typing them in chat. Go for the Elder. Go for the Elder. This is the best objective we can get right now. Meanwhile, as I get spawned, I have other plans. As you can see, the goal lead is still very much even on both sides.
Your team
So
has
us
slain
getting this
Baron
Elder
Nashor.
Dragon isn't going to be like the most effective thing because you will see it right now in a while uh, when the enemy team tries to set up sieges and like my Veigar tries to one shot the Karma, but look at the amount of shields. How many shield does this woman have? And Veigar just does a very overzealous play and gets caught out for it, and she survives again with the shield. Oh my god, what the hell? She just survived with another shield. Seriously. Meanwhile, I'm down here with the Jinx, trying to get this bot tier 3 turret, but I just back off because I know immediately everyone's gonna turn on her, and look
Ally
at
slain.
what did I say? I backed away and she decided to overstay and gets killed for it. I think of fighting them, but that I just back away as well. I don't see it as the most optimal objective to take. So now at this point, we're just the goal lead is completely deadlocked right now. Like I don't see a major goal lead. The enemy team is so far ahead. I see multiple members around Baron. I'm thinking they're starting a Baron. I see that like okay, I will give up Baron, but I will try to get something out the other end of it.
Ally
And
slain.
Graves fall. This is free Baron for the enemy team. Malphite sees that the Graves is down. He's pinging. I know everyone at this point was pinging to get the Baron. Like, look, the enemy team is starting with the Baron, but for some reason they did not decide to siege up mid. I mean, against the Jax, I don't think there are four people can still win against me. Look at me. I
Enemy
boom,
turret
turret gone.
destroyed.
Watch me do it. Do the same thing to the next turret. I'm gonna just gonna focus on the turret. Focus on the turret. Focus on the turret. I'm just spamming my abilities on
Enemy
the turret. I
slain.
ignore the Rengar completely.
Enemy
I
turret
grab the turret. I open up the
destroyed.
base, and I'm just gonna make force him to use the flash. I'm so strong at this
Double
point.
kill.
They cannot do anything about it.
Enemy
And Jinx gets a
slain.
double kill. Shen and Rengar are gonna try to engage on me, and I stun both of them up. Shen uses his block to ignore my auto attacks, and I'm still not dead. I'm still not dead. I'm still
Enemy
very strong, and
slain.
Veigar just
Enemy
executes the
turret
Rengar,
destroyed.
and my Malphite shoves the wave mid, and we grab the win. Overall, I think the enemy team could have taken the Baron
Killing
and
spree.
perhaps recalled and shut me down, but they decided to push mid, which gave
Victory.
me the opening to open up the base. And again, like I said, Demolish is the MVP of this game. Demolish is the best rune in this game, and yeah, I go with a 6-8-7 score line. Uh, to be fair, this is a good score line in my opinion. Like I think I did a decent job. I had the third highest goal I would say in the game, but I remember I got the MVP for this game. I dealt around 28,000 damage with 24,000 damage taken. I was involved in 13 kills, dead even with my teammates, and I think overall the Twisted Fate had a better game than me, but he was not able to close it out. And I think to an extent this was because of the Ezreal not helping them. But they did do a sizable comeback, not gonna lie. They really made me sweat for it. They made me sweat for it, and this gameplay was not to highlight about like how insane I am or something. This was just about to highlight the newer runes, and I think Jax was the perfect champion to do so on. You saw elements of me just bursting down the enemy team so quickly, and my damage was just insane with the basic attacks and my turret pushing ability, and just so fast, demolishes the MVP. I expect Demolish to get nerfed soon. Yeah. So that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it even more. For future updates, stay tuned. This is Riddle. Goodbye.